Good afternoon, students. Today, our outline of presentation, free body diagram, requirement of stable equilibrium, equilibrium of rigid bodies in 2 dimensions, and some numerical problems we are going to discuss. We are discussing second unit. What is the unit title? Second unit, equilibrium of rigid body. So we must know what is the rigid body. The body does not deform under the action of forces called a rigid body. Generally, all the bodies are deformable. Whenever you apply force, all the bodies are deformable body. For this engineering, the engineering mechanics, we consider the body does not deform. We are discussing only the body whether rest or moving. What are the forces acting? What are reactions acting? We are discussing. Okay. Generally, rigid body is a deformable body, but if for this subject, the body does not deform when apply force. So definitely, this imaginary one does not exist. It has shape and size. Rigid body has shape and size. Shape means it may be rectangular, it may be circular. Size means length per the thickness. No, that's a rigid body. Consider a chair. Chair is a rigid body. It has height. It has thickness of the plastic columns. Okay. So the rigid body have some shape and size. Maybe regular shape size or irregular shape and size. Regular shape means circular, rectangular, triangle, trapezoidal, parallelogram. Irregular means, the chair is irregular shape, but we can measure the size. What is the height? What is the thickness? What is the width of the chair? Like that. Okay. The another definition, the rigid body also known as a rigid object. We can say rigid object, or is a solid body in which the deformation zero. We consider the deformation zero, or it can be neglected. Okay. The distance between any two given point on a rigid body remains constant when the force applied. But in naturally, all the bodies deformable body. Understand? But in this subject, we are considering the zero deformation. Okay. The free body diagram. Next, the free body diagram is a graphical illustration used to visualize the applied forces, moments, resulting reactions on a body in the given condition. Free body means it shows what are the forces acting, what are the moments acting, what are reactions acting. Then only we can able to solve the problems. Okay, this is called free body diagram by removing the supports. The diagram of an isolated body, isolate, remove the supports, then isolate for support. It shows only forces acting on this. Forces means, see, all the tension also force, reaction also force. Okay, applied force also force. What are the force acting on a body is called free body diagram. The definition, the diagram of an isolated body from supports with representation of all external force acting on in the body is called a free body diagram. The free body diagram method is key to understanding the mechanics. So then we can solve the problems. Okay. Some important points. Free body diagram is sketch or drawing an object under analysis isolated from its surrounding by replacing the constraint like support by the reaction object. It is must to include in the free body diagram the known forces, magnitudes, angles, as well as other information necessary to solve the problem. So we'll draw the free body diagram. We must know the which direction the force goes, whether it goes to second quadrant, or whether it goes to horizontal, or whether it goes upward, or whether it goes to somewhere to second quadrant to fourth quadrant. What is the angle? So this we must know. We will draw the free body diagram. The first unit you discussed, no, we resolve the forces. Any force inclined, we must know the angle. That is our duty of solving the problem. Before going to solve, we must know what are the direction force acting, what tension is acting, what reaction acting, what is the angle of the reaction, what is the angle of tension, what is the angle of force. Okay. Usually, I already told you, action reaction. Every Newton there is every action equal to opposite reaction. Okay. You see the diagram. Very interesting. Already explained. Once I am repeating this one. So the weight is the weight is the ball. Weight is acting action. The support the reaction. Okay. Therefore, weight is, see the diagram. The ball is, I have taken out. I isolated students. I isolated this ball from the support. So weight is acting downward. So the touching, at a point. Therefore, every action equal to opposite action, RA. This is called free body diagram. Here, the angle no need, because it's all are vertical. No need to find the angle. Anyone inclined, we must know find the angle. You see this diagram. The left diagram, this left diagram given. We must draw the free body diagram with respect to quadrant. Understand? With respect to quadrant, x-axis, y-axis. So here B point is a common point. While drawing free body diagram, students, which point is a common point? Okay, here B is a common because key is connected with the other. This weight is connected to BD and BC tension, BA tension. Okay, therefore, I taken the B point. I draw the quadrant x-axis, y-axis. The BC goes to first quadrant. See the arrow mark, TBC. With the angle no, so 45 degree. See here, BA goes to second quadrant. Tension no, tension AB or BA. The angle already given 37. The weight is downward no. This D is the weight. We know weight equal to what? Mass into gravity. So acting vertical downward. This is the free body diagram. This simple diagram. Some diagram the complicated. We have to apply our mathematical skill. Okay. Now see here. This is already explained. The ball is or weight is hanging from the roof. So weight is acting downward. The tension is upward. This is the free body diagram. Okay. You see the B. Okay. This diagram is the block is resting A, contacted A, and the tied B. Okay. What is the free body diagram? Weight is in the rectangular block having weight. Weight is acting vertical downward. So reaction is acting upward, RA. R means reaction. A means the contact point. See here, tension. Why here connected? No, tension. This also already discussed. See here, the ball, one cylindrical ball is resting at a V groove or a triangle groove at A and C. We must draw free body diagram. Already this explains same problem. Here I explaining. So A already told you, whenever the contact point, there is a reaction. See here, A point. So reaction, RA. So any reaction with respect to contact surface 90 degree. See the DE. D is the contact surface, no? D is the contact surface. So reaction goes to 90 degree. Now see here, A, G, D. The A angle, no? 90 degree. So already 60 given. What is the balance angle? 30 degree. The G angle here, 30 degree. Okay. So any reaction with respect to contact surface. So here contact surface DE and DF. DE contact surface for reaction A. DF contact point C is the reaction point. Therefore the contact surface DF. So with respect to the contact surface ED, no, the reaction 90 degree. So already 60 given. What is the balance angle? 30 degree. Similarly here left side see here the RC with respect to contact surface DF, no, contact surface. So RC is acting 90 degree. Already 30 given. What is the balance angle? 60 degree. So the reaction goes to the center point, no, center point, B point, center point. Similarly, the reaction RC goes to the center point. Now draw the diagram. What is the diagram? BGL. Now L is a right angle, no, in the angle L 90. Already 30 here. What is the balance? 60 degree. Okay, see here, the left final diagram. 60 degree came. Like this is a 60 degree came. We applied mathematics. Similarly here, the RC goes to B point. Now you see the triangle LBH. Right angle triangle, no? So L angle 90. Already 60 is there. What is the balance? See 30. See here, the left diagram. RC angle 30 degree with respect to vertical. This is the free body diagram. So here noted, students, note a very important point. Reaction always acting 90 degree with the contact surface. Then you have to find the other angle. Then project towards the center, because only we can solve. This goes to the middle. Okay. This is the left side is a free body diagram. See here, the weight is acting downward. The reaction goes to the inclined. It goes to second quadrant. Similarly, RC goes to the first quadrant. Then only we can solve the problem. See here, this is an example for free body diagram. The one ball is resting at C point and tied at A. The ball having weight, no. The ball having weight. So I draw the free body diagram. The ball is touching C point. Therefore, reaction left side RC. The tension tied, no. So tension. That FR we can write T. Tension goes to B to A. We must find the angle theta. Alternate angle equal, no, alternate angle theta. So I marked with respect to vertical theta. The weight is a 100 Newton. So this is a free body diagram. remove the supports and the graphical representation of only forces, tension, reaction, weight is called a free body diagram. Then space diagram. See, before going to draw the free body diagram, this given diagram is called a space diagram. What is space diagram? A sketch that shows the physical representation of the problem of mechanics known as space diagram. The space diagram usually contains information like geometrical aspects of problem, the manner in which bodies are connected, support, etc. Okay, the actual diagram given in the problem, no, that's called space diagram. For solving the problem, we must draw the free body diagram. These kinds of information are essential to sketch accurate free body diagram. See here, example. This is the first diagram, space diagram. The first A diagram, no, space diagram. What is space diagram? The weight is D is the common point, no? C is the common point. C is at C point. The weight is downward, 50 Newton hanging, 500 Newton hanging, and the C is connected to B points. Therefore, tension connected. No, I told you, no. N is a tire tension, TCB. Similarly, TCA, tension, TCA. Now see the left diagram. I'm taking common point, and D C point is the common point. With respect to C, I drawn the x-axis, y-axis. So the weight is a downward, no? Weight is 500. Your see the 8, 500 Newton. Or weight or tension, because hanging, no? So tension or weight is 500 Newton. So TC is goes to first quadrant. We need angle, no? The upper is no 30 degree given. What is alternate angle? Here 30. So the with respect to x is 30. Alternate angle we know. So 30 I marked. Similarly here the AC and the A with respect to the 45 degree. What is alternate angle? 45 degree. So second quadrant with respect to x 45 degree. This is the free body diagram. This is called a space diagram. Space diagram means usually contains information like geometrical aspects of the problem, the manner in which bodies are connected, supports. A sketch that shows the physical representation of the problem of mechanics is known as space diagram. See here, this is example, another example of space diagram. Already I given the space. Here I'm explaining again space. The first diagram, no, the upper side, top side is a space diagram. Now we are a free body diagram, which is a common here. The crane is common. The crane is connected A, B, and one weight is hanging. Okay. So I taken crane separately at A, B. Okay. So the B point is a just a contact point. Now we're just touching. B point cut touching. So touching, no, reaction or B. The A point, no, hinged support. Hinged. We will discuss later what is a support, different types of support. A is hinged. Hinged means like, you know, the stud we are wearing on the air, no, the air, EAR, air on the bottom of the air. No, stud like that. There is small hole, the connected. This is called hinged support. Okay. So whenever hinged support, there is a two reaction. One horizontal reaction, one upward reaction. So A and B contact point. B point is just touching. Okay. Just the edge is touching. Therefore, only one reaction or B. But A is a hinged point. Hinged example stud, you know, connected to air, no. Another example, we can see that sometime the train in the olden days, no, signal. Olden days, train is moving, leaving, no, the barrier. How do I identify the train is coming? There is one plate is there. The plate is down. Maybe the train is coming. The plate is straight, and the train is not coming, like that. That is connected, hinged. I will explain later. Whenever hinged support given, there is a two reaction. Okay, therefore that is AX, AY. That is a reaction. So the weight is a downward. No, the G point is the center of gravity. No, the crane having self weight. The crane having self weight. No, so the weight is acting at the middle. So the arrow mark, that is what is a 9.51 kilonewton. Then one mass is hanging 2,400. Students, any kilogram given, students understand whenever mass given, you must convert Newton. How do you convert? Weight equal to mass into gravity. Mass equal to here 2,400 into 9.81. Okay, this is free body diagram. We will discuss the problem itself. I will explain. The support also I will explain. Okay, so this is called space diagram. This is called free body diagram. Like this. This example, space diagram, free body diagram. This also, this first diagram is called a space diagram because this is support. It has support. Now see the ball one. It does not have. We remove the support. The diagram shows only forces and reactions. Okay. So A is the point contacted, the cylinder one is contacted at A, at C. Okay, the weight is having downward acting. So weight is downward. The R is touching this ball one, touching at A. Therefore, reaction acting opposite direction. Similarly, C is inclined, no? So the reaction also inclined. But with respect to the normal surface, it's 90 degree. But solving problem, I'll explain. Similarly, this one. So we remove support and we draw the free body diagram with respect to forces and reactions. Here only reactions, because contact point reactions. Okay. Next one, requirement of stable equilibrium. Student understand stable equilibrium. When some external forces are acting on a stationary body, the body may start moving or may start rotating about any point. Yes. Suppose we are sometime we are playing in the classroom, no? We are pushing the chair one place to another. Whenever stop is not coming, we are sometimes chair is pulling. Okay, pushing. When pushing, sometimes our pushing force is more than the weight of the object. The body definitely goes to move. Sometimes we are rotating any object. So whenever some external force acting a stationary body, the body may start moving or may start rotating about point. But if the body does not start moving and does not start rotating about any point, then the body is said to be in equilibrium. Okay. So best example, our chair. I am always telling the chair. Chair is already stationary. Yes. Now we are sitting. Our weight, no, our weight is 60 kg. Just imagine. But the chair is not moving. That means equilibrium. Understand? Similarly, the fan, example fan. The fan already hanging, tied with in the floor. Already stationary. Now I switched on. So the power comes. It started to rotate. The torque applied. Torque applied, no? Now rotate. What is stable equilibrium? When you have to say stable equilibrium, the speed is not varying. It does not move zigzag that the direction. Okay? So it is called stable equilibrium. The states of equilibrium. States of equilibrium. Sometimes we are telling, no, that person is not stable, unstable mind. Like that, no? We are telling some students that person is not stable. Every time they're changing what he is speaking, what he is doing. He is not a stable mind. He is unstable mind. He is not a neutral person, like that, no? Similarly, equilibrium also. There are three sets of equilibrium. Stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium. Okay? We know equilibrium means rest. The equilibrium itself, there is three types. Just imagine: stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium. This is an example. See the picture. The one punal is inverted position, is stable. Is unstable. When it is going to moving, we don't know. This is the neutral positions. Okay. When you have to say stable equilibrium, a body is said to be in stable equilibrium if it comes to back to its original position when it is slightly displaced. Suppose I am displaced on body, it must come to original position. Okay. This is called a stable equilibrium. For example, a book lying on a table is a stable equilibrium. Yeah, just you are when applying when the book is there and it's stable. A body is said to be in stable equilibrium if it comes back its original position when it's slightly displaced. Sometimes you're pushing the table, no, big book, no, so the book is stable, resting on the table. You're just applying. Again, the book is stable. The stable equilibrium, not moving further. So unstable. You see this diagram. Here, see this example. Types of equilibrium. Just imagine one ball is in the curved path. When I applied force, the ball goes to sometime the upward, this side, left side, right side, but it comes to original position. Okay, is stable. But here, see, gears are stable. Suppose I am applying small force, it does not come back to original position. This is called unstable. We are telling, no, sometimes it's unstable. It can't withstand, no. We are telling sometimes when seeing any objects, it's going to break, it's going to move like that. But we can say they is stable. Sometimes any repair mechanic person coming to remove any fault, any in the roof, no, he is standing on the chair. We can say something he is telling, sir, the chair is not stable, sir. He can take another two chair putting, no, one over another one. Okay, for stable condition. Like that, we have to differentiate stable and unstable and neutral. Sometimes if you are not taking chair, you take the or a table, big height table, no? If the person can stand, no, in a neutral position. So he does not have any doubt whether stable or unstable. If a person is sitting on the table, no, is standing on the table, oh, okay, stable is good. So the proper definition here, see here, a proper definition. Class representative, can you read the statement, stable equilibrium?
A body is said to be in stable equilibrium if it returns back to its original position after it is slightly displaced from its position of rest. This happens when some additional force sets up due to displacement and brings the body back to its original position. A smooth cylinder lying in a curved surface is in stable equilibrium. If we slightly displace the cylinder from its position of rest, as shown by the dotted lines, it will tend to return back to its original position in order to bring its weight normal to horizontal axis, as shown in the figure.
See the first diagram. No, this is the first diagram. Explanation. Then unstable. You can read unstable equilibrium. Class representative, can you read the unstable equilibrium?
Yes, sir. A body is said to be in an unstable equilibrium if it does not return back to its original position and heels farther away after slightly displaced from its position of rest. This happens when the additional force moves the body away from its position of rest. This happens when a smooth cylinder lying on a convex surface is in unstable equilibrium. If we slightly displace the cylinder from its position of rest, as shown by dotted lines, the body will tend to move away from its original position, as shown in the figure.
See, this is a rest condition. When apply force, it does not come to back again, no. But you see the first one, stable. When a small force apply, it may move left or right, but it comes to original. But this is stable, it's unstable. Then neutral equilibrium. Kavi, can you read this neutral equilibrium definition? Kavi Varadaraja.
Yes, sir. Neutral equilibrium. A body is said to be in a neutral equilibrium if it occupies a new position and remains at rest in this position. After slightly displaced from its position of rest, this happens when no additional force set up due to the displacement. A smooth cylinder lying on the horizontal plane is in neutral equilibrium as shown in the figure.
Yes. So this is the equilibrium, stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium or neutral equilibrium. Then equilibrium of rigid bodies in 2 dimensions. So we are discussing rigid body. So rigid body having shape and size. It may have length, breadth, thickness, or diameter, or height, something, or depth, everything you can say. So the particle means small dot. Here we have started very important topic. This is the very important point we are discussing the coming classes. Equilibrium, already we know equilibrium. Equilibrium means resultant of all forces and the moments acting on the body zero. Students, the particle having only force effect. We are discussing only resultant. When you say particle in equilibrium, the resultant force is zero is enough. But when you have to say rigid body, resultant force and moments acting on the body is zero. That is the additional condition. Moment, total moment, no. We know for moment, force in perpendicular sense. Many forces acting on the rigid body. We calculate all the moments value. The moments value must be 0 only. We can say the rigid, but the body in is stable. A body is in equilibrium for all forces and the moments applied to it are in balanced. Equilibrium is the condition in which resultant of all forces and moments acting on the body is 0. This is additional. Particle only the resultant 0. That is summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0. For rigid body, it has shape and size, no, length, everything, no. That's why the moment is came here. Summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0, summation m equal to 0. Summation h means adding all horizontal forces equal to 0. Adding all vertical forces equal to 0. Adding all moments, clockwise moment, anti-clockwise moment with respect to any point must be 0. Then only we can say the given rigid body is in equilibrium. Okay. Now see here. Categories of equilibrium in 2 dimensions. Force system, collinear. Is the only one direction, no? All forces only one direction. So what is the condition? Summation of h equal to 0 is enough. Suppose adding all forces, no? F1 minus F2 minus F3. If you get in 0, the body is rest. So force system collinear. All forces lie in single line. What is the equilibrium equation? Summation h equal to 0 is enough. Suppose a force is vertical. All forces vertical. Just imagine all forces vertical. What is the equilibrium equation? Summation of v is enough. Okay. This collinear is easy enough. Now see here. Concurrent. This is the particle. The O is the particle. Concurrent at a point. How many forces acting? F1, F2, F3, F4. So here 2 directional forces. So what is the equilibrium equation? Fx equal to 0, Fy equal to 0. Or summation of h equal to 0 or summation of v, and then summation of v equal to 0. So both must be 0. We discussed in the first unit. We did some problems based on this one. Based on this one, we solved the problems. Okay. Summation of h equal to 0, summation of v 0. Concurrent at a point. This means coplanar concurrent forces. What is concurrent? All forces meeting at a single point is called concurrent. This is statics of particles. Now we're discussing statics of rigid body. No, this is a rigid body. See here, rectangular. It has length and height. How many forces acting? F1 here acting, F2 here acting, F3 here acting, F4 acting, but does not meet at a common point. F4 goes to some direction upward. Okay, F1 goes to left side. Some say F3 is inclined. This is called a non-concurrent forces. We discussed in the force system, no, non-concurrence. Coplanar. Coplanar means XY plane, XY direction. This is called a rigid body in 2 dimensions. What is the equilibrium equation? Summation of h equal to 0. Summation of v equal to 0. That means summation of all horizontal forces equal to 0. Summation of all vertical force equal to 0. Summation of moment with respect to any point equal to 0. Then only we can say it's a rigid body. Statics are rigid body in equilibrium condition. A rigid body in equilibrium conditions. Students understand? Kavi Varadaraja, are you understand this one? Vignesh, are you following with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the word rigid body in equilibrium condition. Just here, understand particle. Whenever particle problem is given, the equilibrium equation summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0. Rigid body summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0, summation m equal to 0. Now, how to differentiate? Okay, we discussed the statics of particle in 2 dimensions. No? So particle means small dot. It has mass only. It does not. We can't point any shape. And here dot means circular, but it's a small. No, small size. For presentation, I marked this one. But generally, particle very small size. It does not have any shape. Shape means whether circular, whether rectangular, we can't say. So it does not have any shape and size. It has mass only. We can measure the mass. It is denoted by like this. Okay, it is small quantity of rigid body. The other name, statics of particle 2 dimensions, other name, coplanar concurrent forces. This is called coplanar concurrent forces. All forces meeting point, concurrent, coplanar concurrent forces. So we know resultant formula. Here see the O is the 2 particle acted by F1, F2. We know resultant formula. Okay. If more than 2 forces, see here, O, the dot line, no, block, the block dot, this is a particle, many forces acting. So we can use R equal to square root of summation h square plus summation v square. Is enough. This is a particle condition. Suppose unknown value, no, we calculate no equilibrium condition. Whether you have used this equation, first equation or Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem only 3 forces. We did problems. Students remember we did many problems. There is Lami's theorem. Only 2-3 forces acting at a point. We must know on the other angles. Or we can form the equation based on this equation. Summation h equal to 0, summation v equal to 0. Form the equation. You have to find unknown values. When you have to use this one, only particles. How do you identify particles? All forces passing single point. Okay. But see here, for example, we are discussing second unit. Okay, rigid body, no. Coplanar, non-concurrent forces. See here, O, A, B, C, one rectangular block acted by F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and other forces. So it is not a particle, it is a rigid body. Whenever dimension is given, you have to consider rigid body. So what is the resultant procedure? We have to calculate summation of h, or calculate all the horizontal forces, all vertical forces, then calculate resultant. Square root of summation h square plus summation v square. And alpha equal to tan inverse of summation v omega h. Alpha means resultant direction. Then this up to this a particle, but here no rigid body, no coplanar non-concurrent forces. Take moment with respect to O point, calculate m. Total moment. You can calculate all the clockwise moment, anti-clockwise moment, no, all moment. We know the Varignan's theorem, no? What is the Varignan's theorem? Resultant moment equal to, that is total moment equal to the resultant force moment equal to summation individual force moment. Okay, therefore R into D equal to individual force moment. Then calculate D value. D equal to summation M naught, individual force moment divided by resultant. Then get D value, distance. Then calculate X and Y. Guys, rigid body, no, maybe cross in the we need X where the resultant goes to. So we'll solve the problem, we'll understand. We'll solve the problem, what is the X and Y. So here two formula we can use. X equal to D by distance divided by sin theta. Theta means this not theta, theta alpha. See here, the theta means here alpha. Typed mistakenly, sin alpha. D by divided by sin alpha. Y equal to D divided by cos alpha. Or other formula equal to X equal to summation M divided by summation of B. Then Y equal to summation of M naught divided by summation of H. You can get X and Y value. See, for rigid body resultant finding method, this is the, you have to calculate summation of H, summation of V after taking moment with respect to starting point. Suppose they mention the problem, if not mentioned, take always starting point, O point. Then you calculate D, distance. Okay, we calculate the total moment, then we have equation R into D. D equal to summation of M naught divided by R. After calculate D, calculate X. X equal to D divided by sin alpha, not theta. Here mistaken I typely. Okay, then Y equal to D divided by cos alpha. Or take other formula, X equal to summation M naught divided by summation of V. This is the procedure for the resultant for rigid body. Students understand? This for resultant for rigid body. This is for resultant for only force particles. Resultant finding for particles. This is a difference. Then equilibrium equation for coplanar non-concurrent force systems. Rigid body equation. Suppose you want unknown value, after draw the free body diagram, you can use this equation. Summation of horizontal force equal to 0, summation V equal to 0, summation M equal to 0. Okay. So when solving the problem, you must know whether particle or rigid body. Particle, you have to use this for finding unknown values. Suppose you ask the resultant, you use these formulas. Okay. Small example problems, one problems, very interesting problems. Okay. Vignesh, can you read this problem? Vignesh? Class representative, can you read the problem?
Yes, sir. 4 forces are applied to an angle bracket as shown in the figure. Determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant and the distance from O to the line of action of the resultant.
See here, students, listen. It's a distance here. Look, it's not a particle. Forces acting at a different point. No. So you have to consider this is a given rigid body. They ask the resultant. So they given 4 forces. Apply under bracket. You have to find out first 4 forces. Oh, okay. 36 acting vertical downward. Force 1. 18 acting upward. Force 2. And one inclined force. 135 kilonewton. Force 3. 72. Okay. 4 force acting. They asked to determine the magnitude direction of the resultant. They asked what is R and alpha and the distance from O, where the resultant goes from O to how much distance resultant acting. So we concluded that this given problem is a rigid body. So we have equations. So find out resultant alpha distance from O, that is X. So we have this formula. This is the formula. This is the formula, no? Step-by-step process. We have to calculate summation H, summation V, then resultant alpha, then take moment, then calculate XY. The same concept we are applying. Okay. Read the question. Any question given, we have to read the question twice. Here there are 4 forces given. See all the forces, the distance, everything given. Students, I many times have repeated. Any force inclined, you must know the angle and convert into XY direction. That is your first duty. For most first duty, there is the first duty. See here, 36 vertical downward, 18 vertical upward, 72 minus X direction. But one force inclined. We must know angle. They did not give an angle. The instead of angle, they given one triangle shape, no? 3 divided by 4. Why they given 3 by 4? You must find an angle. You have to use mathematical knowledge. That's why they given 3 by 4 given. You see here, very interestingly I explained here. We know resultant formula, okay? So we want to find the angle of the 135 kilonewton. So 354, no? So I marked theta 1. See, you taken out, mark theta 1. So we know tan theta. Tan theta equal to what? Opposite by adjacent side. 354. So theta 1 I marked. Tan inverse of 0.75. That's why it's 1. This is our first duty. Any angle, if you know, you use your mathematical skill. How, sir? They given right angle triangle taken out. So for tan theta equal, we know we can't use sin theta cos theta because we can use this way unnecessarily. We can use tan theta opposite adjacent side. So I marked theta, I marked here. So online class, so I marked it. I draw the diagram step by step. See theta 1 I marked. Okay. So we know now we can resolve this one. So now we want to result no. So how to calculate summation of H? What is summation of H? All the horizontal forces. What are the horizontal forces here? 36 active vertical downward, no need horizontal. 18 active vertical. So we want horizontal. So is not acting horizontal. The 72 acting horizontal, no, is which direction it goes to? Minus 6. So I put a minus here, minus 72. Okay. Then the 135, no, first quadrant. Understand, students, first quadrant. Theta given 36.87. What is the horizontal component? 135 cos 36.87. So I marked it. So in the single step, I am writing all horizontal forces. Here 4 forces acting. Which forces horizontal direction? Then only consider. Don't consider all the forces. 36 vertical downward, 18 vertical upward. Only the 72 is the left side X direction. Therefore, minus. Why minus? It goes to left side. No. Any force. See, whenever is resolved writing, you must consider whether plus or minus or cos or sine. It's minus 72. See here, 135 is acting the first quadrant. We know angle. We calculate angle. So first quadrant means the theta x-axis here. So therefore 135 cos 36.87 plus. So 135, I applied all the values, then I got the summation 36 kilonewton. Now we will calculate summation B. What are the vertical force acting? So 36 is vertical downward. Vertical down means what? Minus y, no? So I put minus 36. 18 kilonewton, vertical upward. Y direction of plus y. So just write plus 18. So what about 135? 135 is inclined. Where is inclined? First quadrant. With respect to x-axis. What is y component? 135 sine 36.87. Students, be careful. Many times I told how we can take cos sine. Then I got summation of B, 63 kilonewton. Then I applied resultant equal to square root of summation of H square plus summation of V square. Then result will calculate. But is no rigid body, no. We have take moment with respect to O. Whenever taking moment, you have to put fix the reference point. Here O is the reference point because that is the starting point. No, I have taken MO. Okay, what is the moment? Force into perpendicular. Students understand. Force into perpendicular distance. While taking moment, I told you last class before last class, I told you whenever taking moment, which force giving moment, which force do not give moment, you have to identify. How you have to find out? What is the moment? Force into perpendicular distance. Okay. So I'm taking O point. O point is reference point. Okay. In the reference point, see here, 36 acting in that point. So the 36 does not give any moment. Does not, because O is a reference point. So 36 does not give moment. Similarly, in the 135 cos 36 does not give one because acting that O point. Similarly, 135 sin 36.87 does not give any moment. Okay, why it does not give moment? It is a reference point itself acting. What is the moment? Force in perpendicular distance. So you have to avoid these three forces because it's acting towards that point or towards are going from away from this point. So these three forces 36, 135 cos 36.87, 135 sin 36.87 does not give any moment. Because the acting itself, the reference point itself acting. Then we know definition, force in perpendicular distance. Now see here 18 kilonewton. Perpendicular no, with respect to OA, is a perpendicular no. What is the distance? 3.6. So moment I told you there is a two moment. One is clockwise, one is anti-clockwise. Okay. Here I marked here I should mark minus. Here I marked a plus because anti-clockwise no with respect to O. 18 into 36 no. You put the index, the thumb finger O and index finger 18. So it's anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise minus. Here I have to change. I will send the PDF, corrected PDF later. So I marked minus 8 into 36. Why minus? Because anti-clockwise. Force in distance, perpendicular. So 72 with respect to O point. What is the height? 1.6 no. O point. So perpendicular. OB, the 72 is acting at B point, but with respect to OB is perpendicular. So 72 into 1.6. So anti-clockwise. So I put here plus instead of I plus I have to mark minus. So minus 72 into 1.6. Force in perpendicular distance. Okay. So the answer is minus 180. Minus 180 kilonewton meter. So we calculated individual force moment. What is we know Vergrand theorem? What is Vergrand theorem? Resultant force moment equal to individual force moment. Okay. Therefore R into D equal to 180. But therefore D equal to R, M naught divided by R. So apply it here. So D equal to that M naught 180 no. Okay, minus no here we'll solve in distance, no need apply any sign. Just put the value 180 divided by R. R already calculated. 72 no 72.56. We calculated 2 point. So D calculated. We know X formula. X equal to summation of M divided by summation of V. Summation of M 180 divided by 63. 2.857. Similarly, Y equal to summation M naught divided by summation of H. Summation of M equal to no 180 no summation M naught 180 divided by summation of H 36. So Y equal to 5 meter. Y have calculated X, Y and D. This is a rigid body. Okay. So we must calculate M naught. Students, here you are getting some doubt. Hows are made. So whenever taking moment, you always locate the reference point. Your O is the reference point. The starting point. Then you have to identify what are the forces giving moment, what are the forces not giving moment. So how do you identify? So any force acting your reference point, any force acting towards reference point, that force is not give moment. So your reference point O, so 36 is acting at O, does not give moment. Similarly, 135 cos does not acting, does not give any moment. Similarly, 135 sin does not give moment. The other forces no 18 and 70 give moment. Okay. So what is the moment? Force in distance. So 18 in distance, how much? With respect to O, how much distance? 3.6. So 18 into 3.6. Similarly, 72 into what is the distance from O? Reference point no O 1.6. Okay. So here I should have marked minus. So I will change the set and send letter I sent to you. So minus 18 to 3.6 minus 72.1.6 anti-clockwise no. We got M naught. We know Vergrand theorem. Individual force moment, resultant force moment. Okay. So R into D. So D equal to M naught divided by R. So we calculate X and Y. So today I stop here. We will discuss the next class later. Okay.